Yo, it's Sean, aka SJ, back again with another video. And in honor of Pride Month, I'm gonna be giving y'all my coming out story. So where do I start? Being that I'm a trans man, I had to come out twice. For some of us, we have to come out twice because sometimes we have to start off as a lesbian. Although I never put myself in that category of a lesbian, I never said I was a lesbian. Those words never came out of my mouth. I guess when I came out, I was just telling people I like girls, I date girls, I talk to girls, But if you want to put it in a category, I guess that's what it was. But I never put myself in that category because I just didn't like how it sounded in relation to me. So in the beginning, way back when, I was about 17 when I officially came out. I mean, I've gotten in trouble plenty of times for talking to girls or being with the girls, being a little too friendly with girls around my family, and I've gotten in trouble for it. But when I officially came out, I was 17. I just graduated high school. I was at home, and I was dating a girl at this time, and she came over to my crib. We was in my room, we was laying down, and my mom busted in the door, bam. And like any other black parent, what y'all doing laying down in that bed? And I'm just laying down because, this is a bed. And she's like, sit up. So we sit up and we're just like, all right, cool. Because we weren't doing anything to begin with. We were literally just laying down, chilling, talking on our phones, not doing anything. But my mom came in and her mind went wild and saw something totally different because it gets worse. So she's like, sit up. So we sit up. She's like, and leave this door open. So we leave the door open. All right, cool. So now I'm nervous because, like I said, I wasn't out or anything yet. And I know how my mom is. So I'm just like, oh God. I'm sweating right now. I'm just panicking. I'm panicking. I didn't know what to think. I was just like, dang, this is gonna be bad. So my girl at the time was like, I'm gonna leave. And I'm just like, you probably should. This is probably the best time for you to do that. So I get up and I walk with her to the train. And as I'm walking, my mom texts me we need to talk when you get back. So now I'm telling my girl, I'm like, yo, I'm coming with you. She's like, no, I think you need to go home. You need to go talk to your mom, And I'm like, I really don't want to. So now I'm here really dying. My chest is getting tight because I can't breathe and my asthma start flaring up and everything is just happening so fast. It's the summertime, it's hot. I'm nervous. I didn't know what the hell was about to happen. So whatever. I get in the house, I try to sneak off to my room. My mom come in. So I'm like, all right. So I go sit in the bed and we talking. So she's like, do you like girls? And I'm just like, hyperventilating and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, why? And I'm just like, now all my tears are gone because what do you mean why? I don't know. It just happened. This is how I was born. I just like girls. I don't know. I've never really what? How do you explain that? I just do. This is just what I am. I like girls. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. So now we're just talking. She's like, I don't want you to like girls. Why do you do that? And all these things. My mom made me go to church more often than I was already going to church, because she made me go to church every Sunday. But now I had to like start wearing skirts and stuff again and sitting in the front row and make sure I listened, because she was going to come home and ask me about what my pastor was preaching about. So yeah, I went through that for a very long time. And then I was still dating the girl that I was dating, because like I wasn't just going to stop dating her because my mom was mad at me for liking her, like, or liking any girl in particular. So I was just like, whatever, cool, like we still want to date. And that didn't resonate with my mom too well. So one day I'm at my dad's house and she sent me a message. It was like, yo, stay there, come get your stuff, and then you're going to stay there for the rest of your life, basically. So she was like, I don't want you to be here anymore because you're being disrespectful. And you know, that's the thing with Black parents. Anytime you try to speak up for yourself or like explain yourself, they always want to say you're being disrespectful. And it's like, yo, I'm just trying to talk and like, I'm just trying to express myself. But the thing with me too, and I can honestly say that I raise my voice a lot when I am trying to express myself. Not necessarily like me trying to yell at you or overpower you or anything. It's just sometimes it just happens, and I'm working on it. I'm trying to break it down, like when I'm trying to explain myself or you know, just express myself in general. When I'm in a disagreement with someone, my voice gets high. So I try to like bring it down, and I've been doing a lot better with it. So, but back then I had no control over it. So I guess that's where the disrespectfulness came off, but it really wasn't even like that. I was just really trying to express myself. But you know, being the kid, and when you're talking to an adult, everyone just thinks you're disrespectful. So I had a whole period of time where all my family just didn't want to like talk with me because I'm disrespectful, and I kept getting in drillings after drillings after drillings after drillings because my mom put in their head that I was being disrespectful. And it was just wild. But here's a story that was going around. Now, mind you, I told you, me and the girl I was dating at the time were literally just laying next to each other, and we weren't doing anything. Now, if she came a little 30 minutes, nah, stop. We did think about it, but we didn't do anything at all. Like no touching, no kissing. We didn't do anything because I was scared. But the story my mom went and told everyone was, she came in the room and she saw me on top of the girl. And I'm just like, bro, really? Like, because if that was the case, I might as well done it. Like, so in the midst of all that happening, me and my mom, I remember this conversation specifically. We were like talking, going back and forth, and now this time we're like arguing, and she's like, mind you, I already know that I'm trans. Like, this is after high school where I spoke to my best friend about transitioning, and this is going to become my life, and this is how I wanted to live. But like I said, I couldn't tell her then. I keep saying like I said, but it's in my prior videos. But I couldn't tell her because I couldn't even tell her that I liked girls. So imagine me just telling her that I was trans. I knew that was going to go bad. So I never said that to her or anyone else. Like, literally, my best friend is the only person that knew at the time. Like, I wouldn't even tell the people I were dating. I just was so not comfortable with myself. And then I was scared of it getting out to my family. And, like, I just didn't know what to expect. So this argument specifically, it really stuck with me because she was just like, don't sit here and tell me that you're a boy trapped in a girl's body. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't, what am I going to say after that? So I was just like, I spent the rest of my day in my room because I'm just like crying. I'm like so mad and devastated because, like, what am I going to do now? Like, now I can't say anything. And I was just like, it really, really sucked then because, like, that just ruined everything for me. So, yeah, I was devastated in my house and, like, pissed off about it. So, but that's just how I came out as liking girls. And everyone put me in the label or category of being a lesbian when that wasn't even It was never even it. Like, people would ask me, what do I like label myself as, and I was just like, I'm just me. The only good thing about me coming out is when I spoke to my dad about it. But yeah, telling my dad was like a breath of fresh air. It was like amazing, and he made it so much easier. That was that half of my coming out. So me coming out as transgender was a lot different. So this part is hard because like just the way I came out it was really hard for me because so I wrote this 3-page letter to my family. In the letter was just basically talk about how me and my mom's relationship was going. I didn't really like how it was going because it's just a lot between me coming out and all the things in the middle. It was just really bad. It was at one point it was just terrible, and I wrote about that. I wrote about how depressed I was and how I was having like suicidal thoughts, and I just was in a bad space, and I needed to tell someone about it. So if that was in my letter. Also about, just something that happened in the past that I never spoke about and I never told them about, and I need to put them on board. And then I also wrote about me being transgender and, how this is nothing new, and I'm sorry that this is how I have to tell them, and like just a whole long traumatic letter. I feel like my transition and me being transgender just like was swept under the rug, and they only dealt with one thing in that letter in particular, and that, yes, needed to be dealt with. However, it was something else in there that I needed more attention to, and they didn't understand that, and they wasn't trying to understand that. And when I would talk to them about it, it was just like, no, I don't want you to do that. This is not what's gonna happen. Let me deal with this one thing first, and then we'll get back to that. Well, like, how do you, like, they didn't understand how that was making me feel. Like, I was keeping this from you guys for like a long time, right? But now I'm ready to talk about it. And okay, maybe I don't need to transition now. I don't need to go start doing this now, but at least talk to me about it. And that's not something they even wanted me to do. It was just like, no, I need to get through this first. And it was just like, well, I've been battling my gender and my dysphoria and all of these things for years. And I couldn't just put it to the side to deal with like school or work or anything like that. So I had to bring that all together at one time, so I didn't find it fair. It wasn't fair to me at all. I just spent a lot of my time being depressed, and in my room I literally would get three or four jobs just to not be home. Like, I was literally working just so I didn't have to be home. I would stay out at my friend's house. I would go party all the time. I just didn't want to be home because I know I was being misgendered. No one's using my correct pronouns. No one's using my preferred name. No one's doing any of these things that I wanted. And at this point, my friends knew about my transition. So I was getting that respect and that, that kind of love. And, it was genuine with my friends. But when I got home, I left for a week, and then I came back with a fresh mind, and I was able to talk to my mom about, what was bugging me and all these things. And then she was like, okay, cool. If you want to do this, then go ahead and do this, and I'll support you. I'll be here for you. So you're going to change your name. You're going to do this. You're going to get top surgery, and da-da-da-da-da. Down the line, we was cool. The very next day, she was like, you know what? No, I'm taking all that back. I don't want you to do this. So now, how do you think I feel, right? So, like, I was just so happy, right? Because me and my mom, we didn't have a great relationship. And then it started getting a little bit better. And then she was cool with me transitioning and all of these things for a day. And you should have seen how excited I was. And then just to turn around, not even 24 hours later, no, I don't want you to do this, da-da-da-da-da. And then she also explained to me why. She didn't want me to do anything as far as transitioning, or mostly from what I'm hearing, it was just her being scared. So I was just like, I'm fine, I'm good, I know I'm good. And like, honestly, you should be scared anyway about your child just being outside, because anything can happen nowadays in these streets. So I just shut down and I stopped talking. Like I said, I was at work all the time. So I just did that until I felt like I can talk about it again. So I started talking to my mom about it again, and she was like, you know what, this is not going to change your mind. So if this is something that you really want to do as far as taking hormones and things, then I don't want you to be in my house while you do that. Mind you, I'm working all these jobs, so I'm like, okay, now I'm just gonna have to start saving up money and get my own crib. So that's exactly what I did. I saved up all my money. I bartend on a boat. So I saved up all my tips, never touched my tips, saved my paychecks. I just saved hard that summer. And then I saved up all that money, and I looked online and I found myself an apartment, and that's where I am. And ever since then, I've been doing my own thing. Now I'm already 2 weeks in on T, and I am like living my best life. Words can't even explain how excited I am, proud of myself I am, because I've came a long way from through depression, being on that bridge. That's another story we could have another day, but being on the side of a bridge, ready to jump, ready to fall, losing everything. I was just in a dark place. And now look at me now. I am so excited. I'm more confident than I ever have been. I just love the way I am now, and no one can take that joy away from me, because I did it all by myself, and I am so proud of myself, because I wasn't good before, but now I'm never been happier, never been better. It's all thanks to me. Me and my mom, we are a lot better since I moved to Jersey. I call her every day, and when she don't call me, I'm like, oh. But when she don't call me, I feel like, what are you doing? But yeah, we're good now. I actually go over to her house, because when I say home, everybody's like, that's not your home. I just like sharing my story with people, just to say that it does get better. Like, you may feel like you're in a hole. You may feel like it's the darkest time. You may feel like your parents will never understand. It will never agree. And like, you feel like, you're never going to get through this. You will. Like, you really will. You have to fix your mind to understand what you're going through. You have to sit through and feel your emotions and stop trying to run from them, just like I was doing. Like, you have to just know that you're gonna get to a good space, and you have to work towards getting to that good space, because if you don't, you will be stuck in that hole. You will be just like me on the side of that bridge, ready to give it up, and you don't want to be there, because I didn't really want to be there. But at that point in time, I thought it was just my time, and I was ready to give it up. But you do not have to be that person. You have so much to live for. Everything will get better. Your family will understand. Just keep talking to them. Don't give up. If you're that person that just has to get up and move and leave your space, then you have to move and leave your space, because nobody's going to understand you more than you. But I do tell you that things do get better. Someone out there is going to understand. Someone out there wants to listen to you. Someone out there loves you, and they want to see you every day, hear from you every day, maybe a month, every week. Someone out there is looking over you, and you have no idea who, but that one person, those few people, are waiting for you. So don't just give up, because everything really does get better, because I'm like a living testimony. Everything works out for the better. And so yeah, that's my story, and that's all I really have to say about that. I just really hope this video helps someone come out, or help someone feel more confident about themselves if they are working towards coming out, or help someone feeling depressed, or anything you're feeling. I hope my video helped you get out of that little slumber. Just help pick you up, for even if it is for a moment, pick you up and help get you motivated to start doing what you love doing. And you know, if it is just coming out and talk to your parents, just calling your mom every day, or calling your dad every day, or talking to somebody every day just about what you're feeling and your emotions, I hope that I've helped you some way, somehow. So this is my video in honor of Pride Month. I hope you all liked it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe, share the video, hit the notification button. Thank you for watching, and let's do this.